My husband made me promise to always act like a housewife around his conservative parents to appease them. Now, he wants a divorce because I refuse to miss work to keep up the charade. For background, I 24F am not Nigerian, my husband 27M is. My husband comes from a strict traditional family, I do not. My husband and I don't have a traditional marriage and we are both fine with this. I have a much bigger salary than my husband, this allows us to live a wealthy lifestyle that we could not afford with just his job. I also don't really enjoy cooking or cleaning, he does most of it happily. We also don't want children even though his family is pressing us about when I will be pregnant. Before my husband and I got married, he made me promise to pretend to be a traditional housewife only when I'm around his parents so we can marry. Because I was not Nigerian, I was afraid his parents would not let us marry at all, but when I told them I want to marry their son so I can take care of him, cook, clean, and nurture his children, they agreed. Keeping this promise was easy. We only saw his parents 2-3 times a year and we would mostly visit their home. His parents don't know I work, and they think my husband's job provides us with our lifestyle. Recently we had a scheduled 5-day visit to his parents where we would stay at their house. I took off work like I usually do for these visits and practiced cooking Nigerian dishes and being the perfect housewife. A few days before we went to their house, my mother-in-law called us saying she was ill. Nothing serious, just the common cold. But she is very dramatic and said we should not come because she will get us sick and to reschedule the visit. We rescheduled for 2 weeks later. This would be fine if I did not have a work conference. I was chosen to attend a leadership conference by my work, and this was a huge deal to me. I would be gone for 2 days. I cannot express how big this was to me, and my husband was very happy for me. I found out about the conference months in advance, and I did not want to miss it. I told my husband that he would have to reschedule with his parents because I will not be missing this conference for anything. He said his parents wouldn't let us reschedule and I will just have to miss my thing. This made me very upset because it was a huge honor and I have been excited about it for months. He reminded me of my promise and how I will have to miss it. I told him no way and went to the conference, then to his parents' house, and I told them I was visiting my mom who wasn't feeling well. His parents were upset at me because apparently my imaginary sick mom can wait and my husband needs to control his wife more. We returned home and he was extremely upset at me, saying I broke our promise. Later, I heard him talking on the phone to his brother in house saying that he should never have married me and should have married who his parents picked for him, and said that he is considering divorce, though he never said any of this to me. Reddit, what should I do? Now for the comments. Commented, tell your husband to grow some balls. If he gets divorced, he's going to have to explain to his parents why his lifestyle went to shit after the divorce. Original poster, thank you for the reply. Very valid point right here. I am not a lawyer and I fear going to one because then it sounds like this is actually happening. We never signed a prenup, so will he take half of my money? Sorry for asking legal advice, commenter, not the idiot. But you are the asshole if you don't consider leaving him. You were wrong to accept this arrangement in the first place. Love makes us stupid, I get that. But this is beyond just a little white lie. This is the erasing of your success and dreams. If he said that to his brother, protect yourself and lawyer up. Get out of this shit show before it eats you alive. This was never going to work long term. Lies are always uncovered, especially ones of this magnitude. You have to keep stacking lie upon lie until you can't keep them straight. Commenter, do you want to live your whole life in a lie like this? That lie could shatter at any moment. Can you spend your life pretending to be someone you aren't to appease people who will never accept you? And when the inevitable happens, no children, what lie can you cover that up with? They're never going to approve of you. And your husband doesn't approve of you either if he's asking you to miss significant career opportunities to appease his family. You've sunk years into this silliness, don't waste even more. Original poster, thank you, I needed to hear this. Commenter, the real question is, why would you get married if you literally had to lie about yourself and every aspect of your relationship? Hope you got a prenup. Original poster, we didn't get a prenup, unfortunately. We got married because 1. Love, and 2. At the time, we were making about the same. So, lying about who I was wasn't that big of a deal because I really wasn't anybody. What can I say? Love makes you do crazy things. Update 1. First of all, thank you everyone for your replies. I went through all of them and replied as much as I could. Thank you to everyone for being super supportive and helpful. I overheard the conversation 5 days ago. I told him I needed space after our fight and went to a hotel. A lot of people said lawyer up. I did not want to do this at first because that makes everything seem all too real and like this divorce will actually happen. Also, my husband was speaking a different language on the phone with his brother. I speak it well but not fluently. I could have totally misunderstood. But I realized whether I misunderstood or not, I never should have agreed to lie. A lot of people saying divorce clearly don't understand how difficult it is, especially when you love someone. I came back home and told him if he doesn't tell his parents the truth, I will consider separation. He says that is off the table because his parents will cut both of us off and probably his brother. We will be fine if his parents cut us off, but his brother won't be. We decided to see a marriage counselor. If we do end up divorcing, I will bring pay stubs and receipts and other evidence to his parents to show he was lying to them, and they will cut him off. Again, thank you everyone for your input. Added for everyone saying our relationship was built on a lie, it is not. My relationship with his parents on the other hand. Now for the comments. Comment: and what does your husband bring to your marriage? Sincerely. Because he doesn't respect you as an individual or your career. Playing housewife to appease his parents is most important. He doesn't contribute as much money yet decides he has final say in everything. Not that he'd have that right even if he was the breadwinner. Commenter: he is willing to lie to the people he respects most, his parents. That tells me he's more than willing to lie to you about things he deems you unworthy of knowing. Please see a divorce lawyer original poster just to know where you'll stand if things escalate. It doesn't mean you have to go in there committed to divorce, it means you're informed on how to legally protect yourself if husband decides to punish you when he demands a separation. Commenter: please look into separating your finances if you haven't already. Commenter: well, I went and checked my notes, and I didn't find why the duck his brother is your problem. Also, his parents cut off his brother because of your husband. Also, how is it to live knowing you got balls bigger than your husband? Geez, lying to his parents? Ashamed of you or what? Commenter: he is 27, not 13. Time to stand up, man. Commenter: you would be better off finding someone. You say you love him, but how can you live with that when he tells you to skip your work because of his parents? Oh, wait, not work, your thing. Come on, it was a whole ass conference, you were not there to hand napkins, you have a career. Commenter: you need someone who actually shows how proud he is of you. Commenter: I said on the original post that she should leave him anyways, and she seems to think she loves him, so it's hard. Honestly, I am just laughing very hard at that one. Commenter: I looked at both notes and agreed there was never an I marry you and your brother from now on till death do us part. Commenter: so, original poster asked her husband to get honest with his parents, and he refused, saying that it was completely off the table. Another instance where his parents' happiness trumps her concerns. And then he ups the ante by saying it will ruin both he and his brother's life. Pro gaslight right there. Doesn't even need a spark to burn. Commenter: what original poster did not realize was that her request was discarded without compromise, and she is now somehow also responsible for her Bill's happiness. Soon, she will have to financially help him bill out to settle his life. Otherwise, her husband will be blamed by his parents for living lavishly while his brother suffers. This clock is ticking. Another thing original poster refuses to realize is that she is and always has been on borrowed time. Her husband will always pick his parents' side, and his parents will always back her husband. These two are irrefutable and unchangeable facts. She will always have to compromise, and in the end, her husband will marry the woman his parents want. Just as soon as he has drained her dry or has no more use for her. I know this from my background, and no matter how I review it, let's just say this movie is a repeat with just different characters. At this point, the clock is as loud as the dial-down sound from 24 for such a hard-working and smart woman. It is a little disappointing that she is not prepped with a lawyer on standby right now. We are strangers online, and this is a tragedy waiting to be confirmed for us. We will move as our nature as Redditors. For original poster, she will always have it. Commenter: I've been married for 14 years and we've done marriage counseling a few times for different things. Counseling is not going to do anything because he will not change anything. He will not tell his parents the truth and he will keep disrespecting you. Commenter: you should instead go to individual therapy to learn why you're putting up with this in a partner. You deserve more. Commenter: this is spot on. I've found that doing couples counseling without each partner having done their own therapy rarely works in the long run. Each person needs to know their motivations, triggers, and especially their self-worth before they can healthily navigate complicated relationship issues. Commenter: when I'm struggling with difficult relationship dynamics and decisions, I come back to a version of the Serenity Prayer. Whatever the issue is, either accept it, change it, or leave it. All else is madness. Of course, what's implied is that we must make a decision, otherwise we'll stay in a constant state of dysregulation. Best of luck. Original poster agreed. We are both looking into individual therapists right now. We realize that we have deeper separate problems,